Hello, welcome to the introduction of LTspice 17. We shall see how basically we can use LTspice. Now I hope that you already installed LTspice on your computer. Here is the shortcut icon of LTspice available here. So I now double click this icon and the LTspice 17 will open. You have to use this version of LTspice or higher because the number of different sample circuits which I have already uploaded on my website, those examples will be essential in order to study the LTspice in details. So first of all, I create a new schematic here by clicking on this icon. Now you can see there is a grid available here, and in this grid you can exactly place the particular component very easily. You can either enlarge it or reduce the size by moving the cursor of your mouse. Then after creating a new schematic, you can save it, or you can save as this schematic with a new name, because by default the LTspice saves the new schematic with draft1 draft2.asc. Okay, then we shall start with one resistor first. We shall take this resistor. Now see what I am doing here. I have just clicked on this icon. I have clicked on this icon and just dragged it over here. I have not yet clicked. Now I click here. Now again I just go down and click here. Then I click here and then over here. So you can see there are 4 resistors. Another resistor is also available, but I want to cancel it, so I right click on it so that it is cancelled. Now I have to connect all these resistors together. So I use this tool, wire, click on it and this plus sign symbol will appear. Now click over here and then click here, then click here, and just go through the components. It is not necessary to click every time on a particular node, and just click here now, then here directly. So you can see you can go through the components, but the line, connection line, will not overlap on the component. It will go through it. Now I right click on it so that this particular tool will be disabled. Okay. Now see here, this R1, R2, R3, R4 are known as the labels, and this RR are actually the values. Now what I am doing, I am right clicking on this particular value R and now change the value to say 10 ohm. For ohm you have to write down nothing but just 10. If you want to change the value to say 1 kilo ohm, then just write 1k, 10 kilo ohm, 10k, and like that. I change the value of all the resistors to 10 kilo ohm. Then we shall see the next part of that. 10 kilo ohm each. Okay, so all these resistors are arranged. Now I connect one battery. For that I click on this component icon and go downward. Here is the voltage. This is called independent voltage source. You can make it either DC, AC, pulse, sine, PWL, exponential, or whatever you like, but that we shall see in our later lectures. So just select this voltage and then click OK. Now this symbol is available here. I have not yet clicked. Now I click it over here. Another symbol is available, but I don't want it, so I right click on it. Now again I take wire and then connect these components together over here and then over here. Now one thing is very important, that you must connect a ground in every LTspice circuit. If you forget to connect the ground in any schematic, then your program or your simulation will not run, and the LTspice will remind you to add the ground. So I create one ground here, I click on it and drag it over here. Anywhere over here I connect the ground. Another ground is available, so I right click it to cancel it. Again take a wire tool and connect it over here. That's all. Now our circuit is ready. Now we have to give particular voltage value. I make it as say 10 volt. You can just write 10 also, so that doesn't make any difference. And this is the label V1 for this voltage source. Now it is purely independent DC voltage source of 10 volt. Now since R1, R2 are forming potential divider and R3, R4 are also forming potential divider, we can check the voltage at this point and this point. For that I mark the 2 points over here. I again click on wire tool and then drag it here. Then I drag it over here also. Now cancel this tool and just right click on it, label net. Now this is our output, so we want to take the output, so I make it as output 1. Okay, now I connect this tag over here, then another tag over here, but the label is as usual, so I just right click on it and change the label to output 2. Now since these R1, R2 and R3, R4, all these resistors have the same value, and we want to check the voltages out 1 and out 2 in a different way, so I just change the value of this resistor to say 1 kilo ohm. Okay, now let us run this circuit. To run this circuit you have to click on this running man icon. I click on it. Now it is asking me to give the stop time value up to which this simulation will run. So just select 1 second. So you can see here the syntax is available for this particular stop time. It is .tran1. So let it be as usual and click OK. Now the simulation has started. You can see here the icon, the stopping value is also shown over here, and it is already embedded in this schematic. Now what I have to do, I click on out 1 so that the voltage on this point particularly will be visible on this above given part. So I am getting 5 volt because the supply is 10 volt and R1 and R2 both resistors are equal. You can click on the resistor to see the current flowing through the resistor. You can click on this resistor also to see the current. See the labels over here, IR1, IR2, means these are the voltages shown over here along with the current on the right hand side. Then you can delete particular label by right clicking on it and delete this trace. Delete this trace. So this out 1 value is available, which is 5 volt. Then I click on out 2. So it is showing just less than 4.8 volt, just slightly greater than 4.8 volt, because the upper resistor is 1 kilo ohm and the lower resistor is 10 kilo ohm. So in that way, with this schematic we can learn the simulation in a very simple manner. There are a lot of different details which we have to cover in the later lectures, but for the time being, for the introduction purpose, this much is sufficient. You have to work on this by dragging and dropping different components and try to find out, try to simulate the circuit and getting the values in different way. One thing more I want to tell you, that if you want to move or drag a particular component, then it is very easy. Click on this icon, it shows move. Click on this icon, it shows drag. There is move and drag. These two components are different. These two things are quite different. If I click on move, then I get this type of icon, control, and if I click on this one, only the voltage source will be moved, that it will be detached from the circuit. If I click on drag and then click on this, then it will be dragged by keeping the connections as it is. So you can drag and move depending on the requirement. To cancel it, just right click somewhere. So with this, we come to the end of this lecture. One thing more I just forgot. If you want to rotate the resistor or any component, then click on that particular component, drag it over here, and before placing it somewhere, you have to press Ctrl R so that the resistor or capacitor will rotate in 90 degree. And once you select the particular orientation, you have to left click to place the component here. Okay, so with this we come to the end of this introductory lecture on LTspice. In the next part we shall see further details of LTspice. Thank you.